No problem.
Another trend we notice in Africa, right, is especially Liberia. Something that really bothers me is the fact that we don't grow wealth in Liberia. There's nothing like generational wealth. You notice like
Hmm.
someone has so much money, and then all of a sudden this person. Okay, let's give an example. Like government officials, right?
Hmm.
When they take
Yeah.
power, they have so much money. They live a certain lifestyle, but by the time that regime is done, 2, 3 years down the road, you notice that these people go backwards in their lifestyle. So, it's kind of disturbing because I wish to see a situation whereby we can have this thing called generational wealth. So this person is able to maintain their wealth and pass it on from generation to generation. At least that will help to build a better society and reduce the poverty rate. But this
Yeah.
person has so much money and all of a sudden they just go backwards in life. I mean, it happens to a lot of people, but it's
Mhm.
obvious to government officials because they are in the spotlight. So what do you think that these people are not doing right that is
Mhm.
causing some kind of backwardness in their lifestyle? And what kind of advice can you give these people who have constant income and they're doing so well, but then all of a sudden they just start, going backwards? Like,
Yeah. That's a really good question. I will answer that question to two groups. First, I will answer that question to people in Liberia, what they can do, and then I will answer that question to Liberians in America, because certain things are available to different people. So let's start with the people in Liberia. So you government official, you're making a lot of money. In Liberia, we have the tendency to show off. We like to show. I mean, we like dressing good. We like going to nice place. We like to show that we got a little bit of money. And so Liberians are spenders. Nobody in Liberia talk about saving money. They will go and buy nice car and buy nice clothes and go to the nightclub, all these different things. So they'll do all that kind of stuff. So because we don't have the mentality to save money, we only see people, oh, when you become big shot, you spend money or you give people, plus everybody asking you for money all the time. So you're giving people money here and there, you're taking care of this person, that person. So you're not really thinking about the next generation in that sense. They're getting all that money. I wouldn't be surprised if government officials are living paycheck to paycheck because they blow all the money. They know next month that money coming in. And
everybody's calling them for money, and so
yeah.
it becomes difficult.
So they violate the rule of saving. They violate the rule of income has to be greater than what money coming in has to be greater than the money going out plus reserves. Reserves mean you put money to the side. So if you don't understand that formula or you don't apply it in your life, even if you have a lot of money coming in, you will not do it. So it's a mentality thing. Nobody is telling Liberian people, as far as I know, telling Liberian people to save money in Liberia. But because we have this tendency to spend it, to spend, that's what we see, that's what people do. So that's how Liberians approach money, from what I've seen, is to spend all the money. And so it starts with conversations like we're having here, where you can actually start telling people, hey, you don't have to spend all your money. You can save some of it. You can decide, okay, I want to save 10% of my money, 20% of my money. I want to put it to the side, and I'm not going. Then that's how you start to build from there. Then once you start building, you start thinking, oh, I've been saving this money. Now what do I do with it, right? So that's a way that people in Liberia can start to approach it. So now my answer to people like Liberians or other Africans in America is because some of these things are not available to people in Liberia all the same way. The cheapest way to create generational wealth is to buy life insurance. And here's why I say that. I mean, literally, I am worth more to my family. If I die tomorrow, I'm worth more to my family financially than when I'm living, because the life insurance company can allow me to buy a lot more times my income. I mean, I could buy 20 times my income. So if I make, let's say if a person makes $50,000 a year, they can buy $1 million life insurance policy. So think about that. If I make $50,000 a year, and I buy $1 million life insurance policy, if anything happens to me, I now have left my family $1 million. Now, my family can take that $1 million. They can do a lot of things with it. They can buy real estate with it. They can invest it to grow the money. They can buy the little strip malls. They can buy the strip malls and get income from the strip malls. They can do all kinds of different businesses. They can invest in Africa. They can do lots of different things. But how else would the average person making $50,000 a year, how else would they leave their family $1 million? The only way they realistically would do that would be with life insurance. So that's one of the things that all Liberians, all Africans should have a lot of life insurance. I have millions and millions of dollars in life insurance. So, and I got it set up in a way that if I die, or when I die, it gets paid out. You know, my wife, we have something called a trust. A trust is a legal document that you can say how you want your wishes to be carried out when you're not here, when you're not living, to carry out your wishes. Okay, so you leave your family millions of dollars, or however much you leave your family. You leave your family this money. How do you want them to handle it? You can put that all into your trust. We have a minor son. You know, he's a teenager. So if my wife and I pass away, let's say we're in a car accident or in an airplane together, and an airplane crashes, we both pass away. Well, our minor son would inherit all of our assets. So how do we make sure that he uses it properly? Well, we have in our trust, it says, okay, if anything happens to my wife and I, this is the amount, this money will get paid to the trust. Here's the person who will be in charge of the trust. We name our people called the trustees, and then our trustees will pay money to our son to take care of him. He can ask the trust for money if he needs it to do business. He gets money at certain ages, things like that. So anybody can set these things up. It's just that we're not educated about it. And this is what a lot of American people do. This is what a lot of white people do. They set their families up this way so they build generational wealth. And so each generation in their families starts off ahead. See, they're not starting from zero because they leave something for the family to build on. So that's kind of a long answer, but I'm kind of giving you some insights into things I'm doing and things I've done for myself and things we do for our clients that helps you to see how you build generational wealth. You can use your income to invest and buy real estate. You can do all these things. But the quickest and the cheapest way to do it immediately is to buy life insurance, because sometimes it might take time for you to buy the real estate and take time to build the wealth to leave to generations. You buy life insurance, it's instant. You buy as soon as you die, you know, the insurance company pay your beneficiaries.